What up, what up? It's Turbo, Mr. Run That Back Turbo, and I want you to check me out right now on the Bootleg Kev podcast.
Hey, before we get into the interview, we want to give a shout out to our family over at Imperial Extraction. They're bringing you today's episode. And check this out. If you want a free 2-gram THCA loaded pre-roll, yes, that's right. You can get one of these for free. You don't have to buy anything. All you got to do is go to imperialextraction.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and they're going to send you one of these for free. Look, premium glass tip. One more time, imperialextraction.com, promo code BOOTLEG. You're going to get a free 2-gram THC diamond loaded pre-roll. That's 1.5 grams of that premium top shelf flower and 0.5 gram of THC diamonds loaded up to your door for free. Just pay shipping. Let's get into the interview. Yo, Bootleg Kev Show, man. We got a special guest in here. His name is Turbo. You might know him. You heard his tag on all these damn big records. One of the biggest producers in the game is here. Welcome.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir. How's first of all, man, I know you're one of the very few artists who could say they have a diamond single.
Yep.
And I didn't even realize Drip Too Hard was diamond. Like Ace was like, make sure you bring up the fact he's got a diamond record. And I was like, is Drip Too Hard diamond?
Damn sure is.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
That's got to feel crazy because there's not that many people who could have that on the resume these days, bruh.
That's like Michael Jackson shit. You know
that's
what I mean?
10 platinum records.
Yeah, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it do feel crazy. I mean, I guess it's just a blessing, bro. Like I can't call it anything else, you know.
What was your kind of like because I guess that's kind of the project that we kind of like, you became more like a household name in hip hop, that tag of yours. Kind of give me a little breakdown on like your come up as a producer in Atlanta, because it is a very, very flooded marketplace for producers these days. Yeah. And it's hard to break through. It's hard to get placements. So kind of give me like a rundown, like how you started producing and like just your come up.
Well, I started engineering.
Okay.
So engineering was like, I got fired from my job and that became my job, you know what I mean? And that's how I was hustling and making money. But I always had the passion to be a producer. Engineering was literally just how I ate, you know, from day to day. But that's also how I met all the artists. And at that time, Atlanta was a place, it still is, but it was even more of a place where we just embraced everybody. So if you was from Atlanta and you knew, you know, such and such, or you went to high school or such and such, you had an opportunity to get inside the studio if you knew what you was doing. So I took so many of those opportunities, just friends and people that I grew up with. Like, you know, I'll record you for free. I got beats for free. Shit, I'll sit here all night for free. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. And I just slowly just started.
They gave you an inch and you took a foot.
I took like 3 feet.
Yeah, you took 3 feet.
You know what I mean? Yeah. People don't even know. Like even like the Metro and 21 Savage album, I recorded most of that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I recorded most of that. And even like X Bitch, I recorded that. That was like my engineer career. And then when Gunna kind of started getting his traction, that was the first person that was just rapping on my beats, and we did OK and Drip Season 3 together and all that stuff. And that's when it was like, okay, Turbo he's not an engineer, he's a producer.
Yeah, a lot of people who don't know, like, first of all, if you're a producer or an artist, to have the ability to be an engineer as well, it's such a nice way to just get in the door.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I can record you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or you can record
yourself.
yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you save some money.
Else. Yeah.
But like so many dope producers and artists I know, they started off as the guy in the studio that no one really pays attention to, that's running the Pro Tools, and doing the effects, and like, also, if you're a good engineer, you low-key are doing some sort of production too on that fucking record.
Facts.
Because you're dropping shit out. You might put some effects on some shit. Facts. Like, so that's dope. Like, if you're an engineer out there, that's why I tell all my homies, like my guy who runs my studio here, he's my engineer, but he's also a producer and a songwriter.
Yeah, you got to do both these days. You got to do damn near 3 things these days just to even cut through.
You got to just bring value to the table, man.
Super value, and be consistent for sure.
Damn. So you were in the studio. So for you, like, was it like a thing where everyone knew you made beats, or did you not want to like be the guy who's the engineer who's also, hey, by the way, yo, I got some beats?
No, I was that guy.
You know there's that guy.
I was that guy.
Okay, you were that guy.
You know what I mean?
But you had some heat, so there's a difference.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like, I'm the engineer that got some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, call him back tomorrow and call him back. You know, you can call me in an hour and I'm going to be there in an hour. You know what I mean? It's it's not no bougie shit. You know what I mean?
Is it like, because I always say that about Atlanta, is it feels like a much more, I wouldn't say easy, but it feels like more of a community.
Yeah.
In terms of the music side. Because being in LA, I feel like everybody's real like stingy with the connects, stingy with just everything, with their energy. I feel like in Atlanta, it feels like more, like, I mean, I've gone to Atlanta studio sessions and everyone's just hanging out. Like people could just pull up. Like, is it? Do you feel that difference now that I'm sure you're going to LA sessions or you're in the mix more in different places? Is it nothing like Atlanta? Yeah,
it's nothing like home. It's nothing like the South. You know what I mean? But especially Atlanta, that's a place where like you know to embrace whoever's coming up. You know to embrace Atlanta. You know to fuck with the younger guys. You know what I mean? That's part of the culture. It wasn't until I started traveling that it was like, oh, I'm not supposed to tell you. You know, like, you know, this guy or introduce you to get this guy is like, y'all don't do that type of shit. Like I do that shit all the time. You know what I mean?
It's almost in the DNA of that city to like be on the, because I mean Atlanta's had the culture for 20, 25 years now.
Yeah, facts.
So it's almost like it's the most Atlanta shit ever to break artists, because any of the hot new shit's always coming out of the South. It's very seldomly it'll be out of New York or it'll be out of LA.
Yep.
So it's almost like that's kind of what y'all do.
Yeah, you got to make your stop in Atlanta. You got to spend some months in Atlanta and run through those studios and see what that feel like. Definitely.
Do you feel like that's something, because we always have these conversations about LA artists not breaking through, because there's some really dope talented LA artists that for whatever reason like get to a certain point and then they have a hard time kind of getting over the hill in terms of like maybe being hot in the South or in the East or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because like a guy like we got a homie Kalen for real who he went out to Atlanta for like a year and just cooked, hung out with DJs. And I feel like that's important for anybody, like you said, no matter where you're from. You could be from fucking Indianapolis.
Yeah.
You could be from wherever.
Yeah.
You got to go spend some time in the A.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I know Kalen too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, but you have to stop through there. It's like how LA used to be, you know what I mean? And everybody had to come to LA for some type of reason. You got to go to Atlanta to feel that culture. Got to. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, go have some wings of the Blue Flame, for God's sake.
Yeah, some chicken or some shit like that.
What's the strip club out there that I had they play some shitty music, but they got good lamb chops.
Cheetah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the GTA strip club.
They got the Nickelback playing.
Yeah. Food good as a motherfucker.
They got Metallica, Nickelback, Creed and shit.
Yeah.
But the food.
They done kind of updated it a little more. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. But yeah, that's the place where you go and eat at and throw $1 at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Then you fold it up. You just slide it on the table.
Yeah, it's the real GTA.
That's for you.
Yeah.
You got your own holiday in Fulton County?
Yep, Turbo Day. Yep.
That's got to be fucking sweet.
Man, it's incredible.
Like, what happens that? Like, we see that happening, but like, what comes with that? Anything cool?
I mean, we're organizing right now the Turbo Day, July 8th. It's just really like a opportunity for me to just do stuff for like the kids in the community.
So you kind of turn that into an opportunity to help the community out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Give it an actual time and place instead of it, you know, me coming for Memorial Day or something like that and trying to do something or compete. So
or Thanksgiving or
you know, turkey drive and all that stuff. I did turkey drives this year too, but with your own day, it's like it came about. I was trying to do something for the community, but you needed like permits and all of this stuff to take over like the parks and stuff down there. You can't just do it. And I got to working with the city, and we just couldn't knock it out last year. And they gave me a day just for even trying to really like make it happen, because nobody does anything on that side. And that'd just be easier to just do it this year. You know, I already know who the right people to call and how to organize everything. So it's for me, it's just a way to show the kids this is something. This is what you do once you get to this place, and inspire these kids, because it was nobody that was doing that when I was young.
Hey, let's stop the interview real quick to tell you about our folks at MyBookie, damn it. All right, look, NFL playoffs are going down. Super Bowl's on the way. Go to MyBookie right now and let's get in on the action. Not to mention, right now is the time to sign up, all right? If you sign up with the promo code Bootleg at mybookie.ag, head over there right now. You're going to get your first deposit bonus up to $1,000. All right, that means you put in that promo code, you put in your money, they're gonna match it. They're gonna get you right up to $1,000. And I don't care what you're into. Same game parlays. I don't care if you want to get down with the over-unders. You know what I'm saying? Some of the prop bets. Whatever it is, MyBookie is going to get you situated. All right? So go to mybookie.ag. Get in on this action. All right? I just hit a crazy... They got this thing where you could put 3 teams on a teaser, and they give you plus 13 if it's a 3-leg teaser. Woo! Look, do that tomorrow. Do that next weekend on these NFL games. Trust me. If you know what you're doing, you should be able to hit that, all right? Pretty good odds on it, too. All right, so go to mybookie.ag, sign up with the promo code BOOTLEG, and get that first deposit bonus up to $1,000 right now. Also, want to give a shout-out to our folks at Blue Chew. Listen, man, it's getting cold outside. It's cold as hell outside out here in L.A. right now. You see me, I got the jacket on. It's cold. It's cuffing season, all right? If you got erectile dysfunction, if you're dealing with stress at work, if your dick ain't dicking, it's all good. Blue Chew got you. All right, let me tell you about Blue Chew. A lot of people always are asking me, does Blue Chew work? Yes, it works like a charm, all right? Go to bluechew.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up, and they're going to show you that it works because they're going to send you a month for free. That's right, a month's supply of Blue Chew for free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping, all right? bluechew.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG. Same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, but it comes in a chewable form, and it's delivered right to your door in a very discreet packaging. You don't have to go to the doctors anymore to talk about why your dick's, underperforming, And look, I'm going to be honest. The Blue Chew's kind of like, when Barry Bonds hit 70 home runs? Hey, look, bruh, if you want to impress abroad, get you a Blue Chew. You go all night, bruh. Your dick ain't never been harder. BlueChew.com, promo code BOOTLEG. Get a free month supply right now. All right? All you got to do is pay shipping. Let's get back to the interview.
What is, for people who are watching this, maybe some kids who are watching this who are trying to figure out the production game, what is your layout? Are you using Pro Tools? Are you using Fruity Loops? Like, what is your production interface, your go-to?
That's some exclusive shit, but I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? But I use a number of things. So it could be a little bit of Ableton for my melodies and into FL, and I mix it in Pro Tools, or I reverse it. And if we going through the keyboards, I'm recording in Pro Tools and taking it to FL and cleaning it up in Ableton. But that's like usually my main 3.
Those 3.
Yo, it's crazy. Like, I feel like more hip hop producers should use Ableton because I feel like they don't.
Yeah.
Because Ableton, like,
it's hard to use.
It's very intimidating when you open it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the word for sure.
Yeah. But like, I feel like, because I got a homie of mine who uses Ableton, and he'll show me things you can do in Ableton, and I'm like, why isn't everybody using this? This shit is crazy.
This shit difficult to use, bro.
No, but it looks crazy.
Yeah.
Because it looks different than like Fruity Loops or Pro Tools. It's like its own thing, and then they got that Ableton touch with all the fucking buttons and shit.
Yeah. It's difficult. But it's hard though.
Where do you like? Are you like actively looking for packs in terms of your sounds and shit, or are you like having people send you packs? Are you getting loops? Are you doing like your own loops? Like, give me some.
When you say packs, like what do you mean?
Like you got it. Like you're like, where are you getting your drums? Are you finding your own drums? Are you grab?
Yeah, kinda. Like if it's like a certain time and I need a certain thing, I'll tweet it out, and then like all the guys will send me something.
Some shit, and then you go through them.
Yeah, and I go through them.
Yeah.
But I got a programmer in Atlanta, and he just keep me up to date with all the newest shit.
What about on the loop side? Because that is an entry point for a lot of up and coming producers.
I'm stepping away from loops. I'm doing my own melodies.
Okay.
It's like the loop game is just became a fucking. It's not the loop game anymore. You know what I mean? It's like a different place, and I feel like it's no originality in it.
Yeah, for people who don't know, because it's some producer geek talk. Like, if you're an up and coming producer, you might send out, hey, I'm looking for some loops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that might be your way in if you got some fire samples or loops.
Yeah.
That could be your way into getting your first placement. But then you got, like you said, the loop shit's getting so washed down because there's all these free loops. What's the website called? With all the fucking packs and Splice, and there's all this shit. So it's like, I always compare it to like DJing and Serato, like when Serato came.
Yeah.
Like, it made DJing so much easier, right? You didn't need to have these turntables and all these records.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like Splice is like that with producers, because like, you really don't need to know how to make a beat. All you really got to do is just line up bars
And like you could go on Splice, and if you're at least like semi-competent on Pro Tools, you can get it done. You can make a beat
for sure.
So it's like I've just noticed that like just so much more. I'm like, we had an artist we were working with, and this kid never made a beat before, and he downloaded a bunch of shit on Splice, and he played a beat, and I was like, hey yo, who did this? He's like, I just did it, and I was like,
you just did it?
He's like, this is the first beat I ever made. I'm talking about Jake. I was like, this shit is. What's happening? Like, how is this possible? Like, because when I was a kid, we had the Funk Master Flex video game on a PlayStation 2. Ooh. MTV Generator on the first PlayStation. You make beats on the PlayStation.
What is that?
It was fire.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, so there was this MTV beat making video game on the first PlayStation, and then there was a Funk Flex beat making game on the PS2 that was fire. Like, you could like program beats on this fucking game. There was like actual like some producers who would like actually like run the PlayStation into like Pro Tools and take the beats out of it.
I never heard of that, bro.
It's super fire. You should check it out. But it just always seemed like this super complex process.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just been simplified so much, especially with like, obviously Fruity Loop's been popular for 20 years now. But for you, is it like, how hard is it for you to kind of stay inspired when there's just so much shit out there?
Just living a regular life. You know what I mean? Not putting too much pressure on myself. It's not really hard because, back in the day when it was like all about bands and stuff like that, they literally would just sit around and jam out.
Right.
It wasn't anything like, oh, we're gonna go and make a beat and da da da. So I just try to live like a regular life and just enjoy my day. I always say that if I have a good day, then it's just gonna pour out of me.
Right.
I don't have to
come out in the music.
Smoke and do all this weird shit. It's like whatever I'm feeling that day, and then I let it be what it's gonna be, and I go on to the next day.
Yo, Sai, hit that AC. It's getting toasty in here. These lights. You don't smoke?
Yeah.
I
smoke. I ain't even mean to say it on some
But you don't
weird
depend
shit,
on smoke.
I don't. It's not like
purposes.
It's not like, oh, I'm finna get high as a motherfucker to go and make music. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can drip too hard beat. I made it on the computer speakers. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Like falling asleep from leaving the studio one morning and didn't think it was gonna do anything.
Let me ask you this, because your chemistry with Gunna is pretty crazy. We don't get a lot of when I was growing up, we had producers and artists locked the fuck in. Like the RZA and Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. They need to bring that back.
Gangstar, but DJ Premier and Guru. But I feel like you guys are kind of your own version of that, and it's been like that for a while. How did you initially meet Gunna?
We from the same neighborhood.
Okay, so you've known him for a very long time.
Yeah.
Was he, because I always say like between him and Baby over the last like 6 or 7 years, just the like improvement at just bars and like actual rapping is like, I'll venture to say we have never really seen somebody like jump so far ahead at just the skill of rapping in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Did you always kind of see that in him?
I think in the beginning it was just like any producer, you just want somebody to rap on your shit. So we was from the same side, we knew each other, we had mutual friends, and it was just easy, and I knew it was something different, but I can't just say,
because he's very different. For people like we're used to the sound now because everyone's taken it, done their own version of what Gunna and Baby do.
Right.
But like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago,
it wasn't the sound.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
So like you really had to kind of be like, "Man, this shit's different. We just gonna roll with it." Like, I make beats. Let's figure this out.
It felt good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no pressure, and like at that time, like nobody was doing guitars, and I loved the acoustic music, and he sounded good on guitars, and it just worked, bro. It was like it was a natural thing. It wasn't anything that was forced. So even just seeing something different, the only thing I could see different was we're gonna stay in the studio the longest.
Our work ethic's gonna.
It matches, you know what I mean? He's not leaving before me, I'm not leaving before him, and it's damn near a competition. So early on, that's what we was doing. We leaving the studio 7 a.m. and coming right back at 12. To the point where, like, especially those days right before it popped off, I really remember asking myself, what am I doing this for?
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't have much success, but I'm like, bro, we really going to the studio, and we in the studio all day. I don't got no
like
girlfriend.
You're putting all this
like,
time and bandwidth into this, and you don't even know if it's gonna work out.
I don't even know what we're doing this for. You know what I mean? It's like, why? What are we trying? I know we're working on a project, and it was Drip season 3 at the time, but you know, I didn't know why we was working so hard. And you know, I mixed Drip season 3, and the same night he was trying to record, and I remember him telling me like, cause I was pissed. I'm like, bro, I've been mixing this fucking album all day, bro. Like, what do you mean play some beats? I don't got no beats.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what
tired.
I mean? I'm tired. I want to just chill. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, trust the process, bro, and you know, don't burn out and da. Just play some beats. You just got to keep going. We finna do it. And I'm like, you
some
crazy,
Red
bro.
You got some Red Bull, some Adderall.
But it really was the truth. You know what I'm saying? And even comparing to like some of the producers I came in with, my trajectory has been way further. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of guys I came in with, but they have success, you know, gold success. Like, you know, I'm not happy unless it's platinum.
Right.
And that became a normal thing, but it was all about what we was putting into the music and how much time we were spending on it. So that was like a good lesson that I was able to learn with him. You know what I mean?
What is his writing process like? Is it because, you know, everybody's got their own. I mean, I've been in studio with guys where they're just, the beat will play for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they'll just lay down a bunch of shit. They're like, I like this part, and then they'll put it together. And
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he got his own recording process, but it's not like a, you know, pen and pad type of thing.
Right.
It's like a play a beat. If it feel good, pull it up. You're going to do it, and we're going to do something else. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not really a this or that, and it's different every time.
have you had any? Because I saw an interview you did not too long ago. Because I thought it was dope how everything happened the way it happened, and you stood by your guy.
Yeah.
And now you guys have a #1 album.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying album of the year last year.
Yeah.
Snubbed for the Grammy, by the way.
Snub. Yeah, for sure.
Insane.
Yeah,
Snubbed.
it happens.
It's wild. It's wild.
It happens.
But for you, have like to kind of like be that loyal and still be like, yo, we're locked in, because you were talking to him every day when he was locked up. I saw. Were other relationships for you in the music industry affected by that?
I don't know yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not weird when I'm out and when I'm doing stuff, but I mean, I don't know yet. I always been like a person that just stay in the studio and keep to myself. So I was never chummy with people to the point to where I would notice like, oh, this guy's acting different or this guy's acting different.
You're not the guy who's like up in the mix fucking, you're about work.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not going to your house party and shit every day, and you know, whatever people do. I enjoy being in the studio and just like working and learning new stuff. So I wouldn't say that. It's definitely, you know, something to think about when I'm moving around, but most of the time I forget.
Right.
You know, because it's nothing makes sense these days.
Yeah, for sure. I always tell people just like, we don't even know what the fuck's really going on.
Right. I don't
You know what I
think
mean?
I don't think nobody knows what's going on. So it's like you got to be a leader at
Get
this
off the
point.
shade room, man. You know what I mean? For you, I always wonder, I know you didn't make this beat, but I know you were very heavily a part of the process of this album. The Fuck You Mean beat was insane.
Yeah.
Were you, like, when you first just heard that beat is so crazy, and that sample in that beat, that had to be, because I can only imagine, like, as a producer, you probably hear a beat every once in a while, you're like, fuck, I wish I made that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And that had to be one of those.
But he was kind of like hesitant about the song.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That
super
shit
hesitant.
hard.
Like, and I was like, bro, this is hard. Like, you need to put this on. He like, you think so? I'm like, yeah, because we was locked in, and I had to go back to Atlanta for like a week, 2 weeks or something like that, and came back, and he had it done. And he was playing me just like all the new stuff, and he played that, but he was damn near finna skip over it. And I'm like, what's this? He played it, and I'm like, yeah, this is hard. And he's like, you think so? I'm like, bro, you need to put this, in comparison to everything else, you need to put this out. It's like, all
that
right.
sample's crazy.
You know? Yeah, Dunk Rock, that's my man. Dunk been working for a long time.
No, for sure.
He was sitting outside the studio in like 2019 with a big ass sign.
I remember that went
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah.
That's the guy?
Yeah, that's me recording the video.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, that's Dunk Rock. Like, he been grinding for a long time, and like he would come to all the events, producer events in Atlanta and in LA, anywhere. So I've been seeing him for a long time. So when I found out that was his beat, I was more so happy.
You were more
for
excited
him.
about it. Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
like, oh, this is bro. Like, and then when it started taking off, it's like, you know, I like to see that, bro. Like, if you working and you grinding like stuff that's not normal, you're not begging, and it works for you on that type of level, like I was more so happy for him.
That's super fire.
Yeah.
You're working on like a compilation type project?
Yeah, my album, yep.
Who else going to be on your album?
Nobody want to just confirm right now. You know how that shit go, but it's definitely exciting. It's definitely something that you never heard of, and it's gonna put a pole inside the world of what my music sound like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Flagpole.
A flagpole, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a stripper pole at first.
Nah. You
was
all
like,
right? Everything all right. We gotta leave here and go to the strip club.
Hey, want to give a shout out to our family at King Palm, baby. I want to shout out to King Palm, man. They've been holding us down for a minute now, and I feel like my life kind of changed once I started smoking out of King Palms because it's so smooth, man. It's organic. There's no tobacco, no nicotine. It's a natural leaf. And the best part about these King Palms, they come in so many flavors. This is the latest flavor that I'm on right now. It's the pink lemonade. Now, it's dope. It's a terpene-infused tip. You get to stuff your flower in it, light it up, you squeeze that tip, and you get hit with a burst of flavor. And it is schmacking, all right? So let me tell you about King Palm. We hooked up to hook you up. If you go to kingpalm.com right now, you can order anything from the website. If you want a box of these, if you want a grinder, if you want an ashtray, if you want some of these, you know what I mean? Whatever you need, some of that lemon haze. I know the holidays just passed, but you like that pumpkin cream pie, they got that too. All right, whatever you need, it's half off. Half off. 50% off when you go to kingpalm.com and use the promo code Bootleg. 50% off. Not to mention, if you're in town, you're driving around, wherever you're at, I don't care where you're from, where you're watching this from, go to the 7-Eleven. They got King Palm. Go to your local smoke shop. They got King Palm, the industry leader of natural tobacco, nicotine-free smoking experience. And trust me when I say, you got to fuck with them. Bootleg is the promo code at kingpalm.com. Get half off. Also, want to give a shout out to Odd Socks. Can we get some Odd Socks? Look at all these fucking Odd Socks we got here. Oh, my God. First of all, the Modelos are hidden. All right, so look. If y'all don't know, man, Odd Socks just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. I was out in Tampa with them. They're our family. They're just our dogs, for real. And they are the most comfortable socks in the world. Listen, the most comfortable socks in the world. If you guys ever see me anywhere, I'll always have these on or the white version of the basics. To me, these are like walking on clouds. And if you're into, I don't know, Monopoly, I don't know, maybe you're a fucking Pez guy. Who the fuck's a Pez guy? SpongeBob. Maybe you're an alcoholic. Maybe you like beer. So much so. First of all, I love these Modelo socks. They're fly as fuck. All right. I don't know which ones I like more, Corona or Modelo. I think I'm going to go with the Modelo socks. And I think I like Modelo more than Corona. Bubblicious, man. How about the Power Rangers? Whatever you're into, they got it. I mean, look, WWE, Coca-Cola, Doritos, Godfather. They got all the licenses, all right? Odd Socks is changing the game, the most comfortable socks in the world. I want you to try out some Odd Socks. Save 20% right now. Don't forget they got the underwear too. Save 20% right now when you go to oddsocksofficial.com and use the promo code Bootleg. And we want to say shout out to them and congrats to their 10-year anniversary. Our partners, our family at Odd Socks. Oh, these are G.I. Joe draws. I'm going to take these home. Let's get back to the interview.
Or obviously the Bouncer record's doing its thing, but like what's the plan when you're dropping more music after this?
The Bouncer or the Bachelor?
The Bachelor record.
Yeah, Bachelor. What's the plan? What did it say?
The record's been out for like, when's the next record dropping? I mean, this
single's
been out for a while.
We trying to drop like springtime.
Okay.
And really like catch those spring going into summer months. It's gonna be something fun, and I'm just trying to weigh it out right now and see what I want to use. My catalog is nuts at this point.
You probably got like so many songs just sitting in a.
So many ain't even the word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like so many times 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just wanna make it make sense at this point. Like these days, timing is everything.
Outside of Gunna, who's another artist that you would love to do like a full body of work with? Because that's in again, I feel like.
Yeah, I was just telling Ace that about Corday. I'm like, bro, like back in the day, like it used to be one producer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like the Nas days in the 90s and all that. Like it was, well, not Nas. He was one of the first ones.
It felt very curated. It felt very like, even if you're not getting every, like it felt like the albums were moving in sonically.
Because it was one sound.
Yeah, exactly.
So like we got to get back to that point. I would love to do that with a lot of different people. I work a lot with Roddy, and I'm doing like his next project right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's it sounding? Because we're waiting.
Incredible.
Roddy's an alien. People don't understand Roddy's a fucking alien.
Yeah. He different.
And it sucks because like I feel like Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial came out in December of 2019. And then the pandemic hits. The Box is the biggest song in the fucking world. And like he really, really wasn't able to like fully enjoy what that's like with the world open. Yeah. Like for real. Like, I mean, obviously he went on his tour right before the pandemic started. Yeah. But like festival season was out for him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That whole project.
Yeah. And you know, he's a literal antisocial guy. Like he's an introvert. Like people think it's like a gimmick or something. It's not.
Nah, we like one and the same. Like we talk, he'll be telling me stuff. I'm like, bro, I do the exact same thing.
But he's an alien. Like he's so good. Like,
he's fire.
So you're handling a lot of his new project?
Yeah. I'm helping him pick out all the songs and like do the track listing. So that's somebody that's like a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? We've been locked in for some years just on some brother shit, just having conversations, not even about music. So with this, it's like I really want him to win.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah. He's a great kid.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be hard. For you, man, I always say there's a few ways to go about the pub game, right? Because it is a very interesting side of the game. If you're an up-and-coming producer, sometimes taking a pub deal too early could fuck you up. Yeah. But sometimes taking it too soon can also help you out because they put you in a bunch of sessions and shit that might not have happened for you. Like, what would be the advice you would give in terms of how to navigate the pub world as a producer or a songwriter?
I mean, I still got notes about the difference between co-pub publishing and admin inside my phone to this day. Yeah. From just reading articles and teaching myself on what's the difference and being able to make a calculated decision. I didn't take a co-pub deal until like 2 years of success.
Yeah, because for people who don't know, like an admin deal is very bare minimum. They're handling kind of...
They're administrating it.
Yeah, they're handling kind of the grunt work of your pub. Yeah. A co-pub deal, they're fully partners on your publishing. For either for perpetuity, which you shouldn't sign.
Never.
Or like a 10-year period or whatever the period is,
10 years is too long. But
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So there are differences for that. But like for you, like what made it make sense for you to do a co-pub situation eventually?
The money. You know what I mean? And where I was at in my life and in my career, I had already did admin deal and was making money and it was cool and I was able to live. But it was my situation. You know what I mean? And when the opportunity came, it's like, all right, cool, we're going to take this. You know what I mean? And from that, I was able to pay my grandmother's house off, take care of my mom, take care of myself, you know, all of these different things that I always dreamt to do. The opportunity came and I did it. So I say for anybody, like the young guys, the older guys, or whatever it is, it's like you got to really understand what these things are first and then make a calculated decision.
Because there's not a one shoe fits all situation for everybody. Everything could be different for everybody. Like different situations might work for you wherever you're at in life or your career, and vice versa.
So I always say like just educate yourself. Like the more you know about it, the easier to be able to make a decision when somebody does come, because they always come. You get a big song, you getting called from everybody. You know what I mean? And it's whatever it's gonna be, whoever you're comfortable with, but you gotta know what you're doing.
It's gonna happen. If you catch one, it's everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And you gotta know what you're doing. So,
what about for you? Like, because I'll notice some producers, once they get a lot more successful, your time, your bandwidth becomes less available for making beats. How much of your time do you allocate to still actually like cooking up on the laptop or in the studio? Like,
bro, it's early as hell. I just left the studio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At like 6 this morning.
Wow.
It's like a job. You know, I don't treat it like a job because I'm living my dream, but I still, you know, I'm still a hustler. I'm still out here and going to the studios and going from place to place and, you know, taking over the room and letting people know that I'm here and I'm available, all of this different stuff. So I would say all my time.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, because some people like feel like they get on, they start popping, and then they got little mini producers under them.
Man, that was like...
But their tags on it, and it's like, read the credits, you know what I mean? Like, there's 13 motherfuckers on this, you know?
Oh, my God. That's the worst, bro.
That's,
like,
I mean, and like some producers, that's what they do. And they don't deny that that's what they do.
And I get it, you know, as I get more into this game and understand what it's about, you know, I get it. So it's not no shade on nobody, but for me, it's like, you know, I look up to like the Quincy Joneses of the world, right. And you know, the Dr. Dre's, the people that were, if you was gonna do that, it was gonna sound incredible,
and it was gonna sound like them,
and it was gonna be their sound,
right? You
know what I mean? So you can't do that and then you don't make a sound. Like Turbo has a sound. Turbo is a super producer. Turbo is like, you know, you can. It's like a Pharrell beat, and it's thumb thumb thumb. Right. Everybody knows his sound without it even having to be a tag on it. So if you're not doing that, then you just cheating, I guess.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore of producers all time, hip hop only? Hip hop, strictly hip hop. So take Quincy out of that.
My Mount.
You gotta take yourself off as well. You can't be on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put myself on there. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, 4 of them, 4 people.
Timberland for sure.
For sure.
Timberland for sure. I would probably have to say, not even probably, Zaytoven. For sure. I love Zaytoven. That's huge fan of Zaytoven. Justice League.
Oh, I love Justice League.
Gonna have to put them all on one head.
Yep.
And then you said 4.
One more.
Damn, you killing me. Only hip hop?
Only hip hop.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. Yeah. Justice League's so hard.
Justice League is crazy.
Bro, like all the raw shit.
I always compare like my circle and the playmakers to like a mixture of Justice League because it's real music and it's real compositions, but like the trap sound of like 808 Mafia.
Right. That's fire.
I always wanted to like
combine those two.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and make it into like a thing.
Yeah, because Justice League had like cinematic.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like,
huge songs.
Yeah, that should sound like a fucking like a movie.
Yeah, like a soundtrack.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like that's why I always say Ross always got the best beat.
Oh my! I still listen to it today, bro. Like
Ross's ear for beats is like fucking up there, man.
Facts.
All time.
Facts. Like, that's another person I would love to work with, like on some whole project or just locked in shit. Like I love Ross.
Do you ever go on YouTube and type in your name type beats? Never. Have you ever like had anything like where you've heard your shit? Like, because there's actual fucking fake Metro Boomin beats out there, like with the tag on it and everything. Are there people bootlegging your beats?
Of course. You know,
does that happen? Like where you'll like someone will hit you up and be like, "Yo, we have a song together," and you'll be like, "I didn't make that beat."
Bro, that shit'll pop up on my Spotify. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, Turbo produced this and this. I've never heard of this guy or this song. You know, like however you do when you plug in the songs. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, that happens all the time. And people will call me and say, "Yeah, I got this pack from such and such from you." And I don't know if it's real or not. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, you got this pack from who?
So if it pops up on your Spotify, how do you take care of that? You just have to.
I call Ace.
Hey, call Spotify. Get this shit taken down.
Hey, do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't right.
No, because I was talking to Southside, and I was like, bro, do you know how many struggle rappers in my life for the last 10 to 12 years have come to me and said that they got 808 Mafia beats, dog?
Oh.
And he was like, I know.
Bro, the tag.
Because the thing about the 808 Mafia is there's like a lot of affiliates, and then they'll take that tag, and then, dog, like.
Bro, I got the tag.
Everybody got the tag.
Everybody has a tag. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was a thing in a producer community at the time.
He's like, yo, who you got on the album, man? We got 808 Mafia.
Right.
Well, who from 808 Mafia?
Right. It'd be Kush King from 808 Mafia.
That shit's so funny. I was like,
Yeah.
that shit would frustrate the hell out of me. Because you got such an iconic tag. Like, man, you just can't put that shit on anything.
Yeah, you can't just. But I mean, like I said, it's not always about the tag because you also know when you hear Bachelor, it's like, this first 5 seconds, as soon as it comes on, you like, what is this? Who is this? So I always try to get that wow factor. It's not that, then it's not a turbo beat.
Yeah. What was it like being in the studio with Savage and Metro Boomin working, like, just recording that project?
Bro, Metro is a dog, bro. He been a dog. You know what I'm saying? Since
And you're just like
forever.
running Pro Tools the whole time?
Hell yeah.
That shit's so fire.
I'm telling him, like, I got beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, they ain't really, Sal, he wasn't really listening at that time. But just to see him work and see how it went, like, it was dope. And then see the success that came from it, that was super dope just to watch the whole process. But, yeah, like, I think it's like a Vice show that came out, like Welcome to Atlanta or Atlanta Music or something.
I
like
remember that. I watched that. Yeah,
I'm in there
because I think they went and saw the Migos too during that time.
when they was doing the Savage sessions. I
Yeah.
was in all of those, just sitting in the back. So it's for me at that time. It was like being able to see it at like one of the highest levels on some modern shit, not on some like, you know,
Old school right.
shit. You know what I mean? So it was definitely dope. It definitely helped me change the way I thought about things and like how much time and energy I was gonna put into it. And you know, I just took that and ran with it.
How inspiring is it for you to be someone who's working on your debut album as a producer, and then you see Metro Boomin put out Heroes and Villains, and it's like, to me, the best version of that's ever been done ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think any compilation album. Shout out to Khaled. I love Khaled. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody who's ever done that has ever done it even close
to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cohesive. It's just, it's like it's perfect
a great
album.
Yeah, like and to be able to watch it firsthand and see how much time he put into it.
And you feel that when you hear it. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this wasn't just like, let me just get the hottest motherfuckers, throw them all together and put out a project. No, this felt like blood, sweat, and tears.
Right. I mean, it's I can speak for every producer out there. It's like super inspirational. It's one of the reasons why I'm not getting frustrated with my album and continuing to do it. Because
trust the process.
Yeah, I watched him like do this for 2 or 3 years, and then when it came out, it was like, oh wow, this is what you was doing all this time. Yeah.
Nah, it was a fucking amazing body of work. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully we get you said springtime you're gonna drop more music?
Yeah. Like once it starts getting like March sometime,
That's coming.
We're gonna drop the next single and just see how it feels about the album. But I'm working on so many projects right now. I'm not in a super rush.
How close is the Roddy shit from being done?
I don't know if you want me to announce it, but
It's coming though.
it's coming like a freight train.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like for lack of better terms. So yeah, I'm excited about that for real, and just to see him go up for real.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nah, me too, man. Well, look, I appreciate you pulling up. Go stream your single, Bachelor. It's out now.
Yep.
I mean, shit, man. Congrats on all the success.
Thank you, bro.
My guy, Turbo. Boom. Fire. Can we show some love to our family at Hardin? Man, shout out to Hardin, man. Look, if you're in Vegas, you got to pull up. You got to say, take me to Hardin right now. I need to go to Hardin. They're going to take you. They're going to get you situated. Hardin, Las Vegas, the best cannabis dispensary I've ever walked into in my life. The most craziest selection of premium cannabis in the entire world. I mean, that place smells like God's sweat. It just smells so good in there. It's just, they got their own scent. They're our family too, man. So make sure you follow them online, Hardin_Las Vegas, all right? Shoot them a follow on Instagram. Also go to HardinLasVegas.com. And when you're in Vegas, make sure you pull up to Hardin, baby.